Hi there, my name is William Hitt. I'm a final year BSc politics student at the University of Surrey, and I'm going to tell you a bit about my experience at Model NATO. I wanted to take part in Model NATO because I have a significant interest in both diplomacy and security, but I wanted to gain on-hand experience in the environment that Model NATO provides. You're situated in, for example, the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office in London, and you're charged with developing a response for NATO to a specific scenario. So this activity is extremely fulfilling and rewarding. As a politics student, I had an original baseline understanding of NATO in terms of how and why it was founded and how it operates on a basic level. But upon gaining the chance to take part in Model NATO and being given a country like the Czech Republic to represent, I got to work on learning about different NATO committees and their roles, how NATO responds to natural disasters, and all about the unique elements to the Czech Republic's history, military specialisms, and national interests. The best part about Model NATO for me was collaborating with many different bright minds from different universities around the country. We were able to put our heads around the table, come up with some impressive drafts, but this required a significant amount of collaboration and negotiation, the results of which were very fruitful, but it felt like a lot of hard work ended up culminating in success. The most challenging thing about Model NATO, was getting my head around the rules and figuring out what my role was for the day. Upon arriving, I felt very unprepared despite all the studying I'd done beforehand. And for me, it really did take the first half of the day to work out how best to contribute to the simulation and my committee. However, we were able to ask questions throughout the day and clarify rules. And after a few hours, I felt much more confident in leading the charge and getting everyone to collaborate. In terms of skills learned and applied, Model NATO taught me how to be a better negotiator and collaborator. I've always enjoyed meeting new people and working together constructively, but Model NATO really provided me with the unique opportunity to utilize these skills and develop them further, which is going to be really helpful in employment going forward. If I were to take part of Model NATO again or something similar and do something differently, I wouldn't concern myself with specific micro details, such as how many vehicles does my country have. Whilst this is still important depending on the committee you're on, I wish I instead focused more on learning what the role of my committee was and dedicating more time to learning about their specific outputs. However, I feel like by doing this, I would have been a bit more able to improve how I took part in the simulation at the start of the day, but I'm sure I'm not the only one who felt that way after completing the day. But overall, I would really recommend taking part in BISA's Model NATO if the chance arises at your university. It was one of the most satisfying and memorable highlights of my undergraduate studies, and it granted me with a significantly developed outlook on NATO's role in Europe, its effort for peace, security, and humanitarian response. So thank you, BISA, and thank you to the FCDO for ensuring everything ran smoothly, and thank you for taking all of us on board on the journey. Thank you.